Rising costs, day-to-day expenses, retirement. It's no wonder many seniors feel pressured to sell their HDB flat just to get cash. But here's the thing, selling is final. Once it's gone, it's gone. The good news, you actually have options to unlock cash from your flat without selling your home. In this video, I will share 3 proven ways to do it. I will break down the pros and cons of each so you can decide with your eyes wide open. Hi friends, on this channel I simplify complex property and CPF rules into sharp, digestible, no-nonsense videos. I'm Kenneth, a former police officer with over 16 years of real estate experience. I help more than 500 families make smarter CPF, HDB and property investment decisions, especially when planning for retirement or right-sizing. So if you're planning your next move and tired of confusing or long-winded content, you are in the right place. Now let's dive in. Sometimes it's the family members or children who suggest selling their home, and honestly it's not wrong as long as you have weighed all your options. But here's the thing, you may not need to sell. Once the home is sold, you can't turn back the clock. The first way to get extra income without selling your home is through renting out your spare room, and I'll dive deep if you have not seriously thought about this before. Maybe due to privacy, or not used to having strangers around, or simply no urgent reason to do that. And here's the thing, depending on your location and condition, that can bring around 600 to 1000 each month and can go even higher depending on your location, condition, etc. The upside is steady income from space you are not using. Money that can go towards grocery, utility, or daily needs. I've seen children help their elderly parents rent out a spare room, and that rental income helps to support a helper to take care of them. But here's the common challenge, privacy. You will be sharing kitchen, laundry area, even the living room with someone new. And that's why it's important to set ground rules like how utilities are split, quiet hours, and cooking arrangements. So before renting out, always do a short interview to see if the tenant is a good fit. And here's a pro tip, include a termination clause in the agreement. After 3 or 6 months, either side can choose not to continue or choose to terminate the lease. This way you don't have to endure a tenant if it does not work out. And if it's a good fit, tenant can stay for years. I have seen seniors keeping their same tenant for 6 or 8 years. And it's not just income, it's stability. And there's another version I have seen. Children bring their parents to live with them so they can look out for one another. Sometimes the parents even help to look after their grandchildren if help's allowed. In those cases, they rent out the whole unit and that rental income goes straight into their retirement needs, with extra to cover part of the family grocery and utilities. It can be a real win-win, but again, it depends on your family situation and whether that option is open to you. And at the very least, explore it, because for many, renting out space is the first step to unlock cash flow without selling their home. Now, let's move to second way, which is HDB Lease Buyback Scheme. Imagine you are in your late 60s or 70s and you didn't want to deal with tenants. Your main concern is monthly expenses, grocery, utility, etc. You can consider joining Lease Buyback Scheme. So what exactly is HDB Lease Buyback Scheme and how does it really work? The Lease Buyback Scheme or LBS allows senior age 65 and above to sell part of their remaining HDB flat lease back to HDB in exchange for a lump sum of cash and CPF top-up while continuing living in their flat. And here's how it works. You sell part of your HDB remaining lease back to HDB, but keep a minimum of 15 to 30 years of lease, depending on your age. HDB will pay you a lump sum, part of it in cash and part of it in CPF top-up. That CPF top-up increases your CPF LIFE payout, giving you monthly income for life. You continue living in your current flat, nothing changes. The key benefit, you unlock cash without selling your home and continue living in a familiar environment. The calculation of how much you actually receive can get a little technical. I'll explain that in details in another video. So for now, just remember, you will receive money in 3 ways. Number 1, most of the proceeds will go into your CPF retirement account, boosting your CPF LIFE payout. And that means you get steady income every month for life. Number 2, after the top-up, you get some cash, capped at 100k per household. Number 3, one-time lease buyback bonus, which vary by flat type. Generally, smaller flats get larger bonus and larger flats get smaller bonus. So in simple terms, part of the money is for life income, part of it is in cash you can use right away, and there's even a bonus. How much you actually receive depends on your age, your flat value, the number of lease years you can sell back, and your CPF top-up requirement. So if you're curious about the details, eligibility, how to calculate your payout, or even how to apply step by step, I cover all of this in another video. The link is in the description, so do check it out after this. Lease Buyback Scheme may work well for seniors who want stable income, the comfort of familiar environment, and no extra hassle. But there are trade-offs. It may not be for everyone. If you're thinking about legacy planning, this may not work so well because the flat will have a shorter lease and has to be returned back to HDB instead of being passed down or sold on the open market. At the end of the day, it's just one option to consider, and the key is whether does it match your needs. The third way you can monetize your flat without selling is through a CPF property pledging. And this option is something many seniors don't even realize exists. It can be confusing for seniors to really know how it works and how much cash they can actually withdraw. Now, before we even talk about CPF property pledging, let's talk about CPF withdrawal options at age 55. First, CPF requires you to set aside a retirement sum, and in 2026, the full retirement sum is 220,400, and in 2027, it rises to 228,200, and it goes up slightly every year. But if you own a property, CPF gives you the option to set aside just half that amount, and that's called the basic retirement sum, BRS. And in 2026, the amount is 110,200, and in 2027, the amount is 114,100. Now let's look at three main withdrawal scenarios. Number one, if you have met the full retirement sum, anything above that is considered excess, and you can withdraw it in cash. Number two, if you have not met the FRS, CPF still allow you to withdraw 5,000 at age 55. And number three, if you are a homeowner, you may pledge your property. This allows you to set aside just the basic retirement sum in your retirement account and withdraw the rest. This option is called property pledging, and that's what we are going to break down next. So let's go deeper into the third option, property pledging. It allows you to unlock more CPF cash without selling your home. You can pledge your property to make up the shortfall and only need to set aside the basic retirement sum, BRS, instead. And here's how it works. The government wants you to set aside a retirement amount, and that's the full retirement sum. But if you own a property, CPF allows you to use part of your home value to fill that requirement, and that's your pledge. So instead of setting aside the full sum, you just need to set aside the basic amount and can withdraw the rest. You still live in your home, nothing changes. So in short, property pledging gives you more cash at 55 without selling your home. But do take note, because you are setting aside less in your retirement account, your CPF LIFE payout later will also be smaller. And if you sell your flat in the future, the pledged amount must be refunded back to your CPF. And that's why pledging isn't free money. It's early access with refund condition later. And that's why it's not for everyone. It works best if your priority is flexibility and cash flow for now, rather than more payout later on. So here's the big picture. At the end of the day, downsizing too quickly could mean giving up extra space you use for family gathering, or the comfort of neighbor and routines you've known for years. For some, that change may feel exciting. For others, even something as small as learning a new bus route can feel overwhelming, and that's why it's worth exploring alternatives. Renting out a room can provide a steady stream of income and make retirement more comfortable, though it does require giving up some privacy and learning to live with a tenant. The Lease Buyback Scheme is designed to boost your payout and make retirement more secure. But it's not always the best choice for those who want to leave behind a legacy, perhaps for your children or loved ones, especially caregiver, since the flat eventually returns to HDB. Property pledging is different. It allows you to unlock more cash at 55 without selling, but the money comes out from your CPF retirement account, which reduces your payout later and lowers your retirement security. So from a retirement point of view, rentals support cash flow with lifestyle adjustment. Lease buyback can give stability at the cost of legacy, and property pledging deliver flexibility now but less income in the future. If you are still wondering which options make sense for your retirement plan and just want someone to guide you through, I'm offering a 15-minute phone consultation to help you explore meaningful steps that can perhaps help you in your retirement planning. There's no sales pitch, just honest guidance so that you can make the best decision for your future. Simply click the link in the description to schedule a call. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about lease buyback or property pledging, you can watch the video here or click the link in the description. My name is Kenneth, and I'll see you on the next video.